What if through making a ton of mistakes, you actually find out who you actually are? Hi guys, I just finished Maame by Jessica George, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it. So I listened to it on audio, narrated by Heather Agipo. She did such an amazing job, was so good at flipping between accents. Amazing, amazing narrator. Was so engaging. I loved this. I loved her performance. Maame is a debut novel by Jessica George. It is a standalone. It is about Maddie, who is figuring out what she wants from life. Her mom is super controlling, but she lives most of her time in Ghana. She lives in London taking care of her father, who has late stage Parkinson's. Her older brother is pretty much out of the picture. He really doesn't have much to do with her except for to maybe ask her for money every once in a while. The book is about her finally being able to move out of her family home, find flatmates, and start learning who Maddie is through a series of making mistakes that she doesn't really want to make. I loved this book. I fell in love with Maddie. She is so amazing. So funny. One of my favorite things is that she Googles everything. Like when she moves into her new flat, she Googles, am I friends with my flatmates? Should you be friends with your flatmates? What is bisexuality like? She Googles so much stuff. It's so funny. Like any kind of like you would think is like common sense question sometimes, she Googles it. It's so fun. Admit it, like we all Google way too much what the questions we probably have answers for already. I related to Maddie on so many levels. Maddie is somebody that is the only black person of color at her job, which she hates. When she moves on, she finds out that she's still the only person of color, which I have. It's happened to me plenty of times. I've been the only person of color at pretty much a lot of my jobs, especially in the music world, which is getting better. But I understood what that felt like because you don't really know how to act. So I understood what she meant when she was talking about not feeling. It's always better when you have somebody there that's similar to you. This book made me realize that books, like people, sometimes come into your life for a specific reason at a very certain time. I needed this book. I was reading it while going through a loss, and Maddie does a similar thing. There was a scene where Maddie is talking to the guy that she's dating, and she says that I just can't wait to get back to being fine. And he says, this is fine. This is the new fine. You will never be that old person again now that you've had loss. You will become somebody else, and this will be the new fine, and every day will get better. And then also she said something that really resonated with me. I didn't realize I had thought this my whole life until she voiced it. I knew that other people had an impact on me. I know that, I feel it, but for some reason, I guess I never thought that I had an impact on other people. I kind of assumed, just like Maddie, that when I left a room, nobody cared. That it was just Mondo was gone, and that was it. Like nobody even noticed I was there or had been at all. I do realize, like, yes, I do have impacts on a lot of people, and that was weird to think that I had always thought that. The writing of this book was so conversational. I literally felt like I was talking to Maddie the whole time, and I was getting to know her a little bit every time. It went in chronological order, but it was more of a stream of consciousness kind of thing, and telling you about all her thoughts and everything that went along with it. Sometimes some stuff that was just so funny. There's so much humor in this book, and there's so much sadness, but it is so beautiful to get to go with Maddie along this trip of hers. I feel like so many people are going to relate to Maddie and fall in love with her and feel a connection to her in this book in some way, because she goes through so many things so quickly that so many of us went through. I think a lot of queer people will identify with Maddie because a lot of us did come out later and start our lives later in life because we were trying to be somebody else for so much of our younger years. This book meant so much to me. I haven't felt this connected to a book since Lessons in Chemistry. I just loved Maddie. I loved how she interacted with the world. I love how she Googled everything. I love how she was naive about some stuff. I felt similar. I don't want to give away anything of the book, but this book helped me get through the recent loss in my life. It's helping me. I feel more okay with being myself and having my emotions be whatever they are. However I feel is what I feel. And I hope people will get out there and buy this book and read it and love it as much as I have. That's pretty much all I got for this book. I can't say more about it. I'm going to be talking about it at work nonstop. And every chance I get, I'm going to try to recommend it to someone. This book was just so good. This was so well crafted, so thoughtful, so heartfelt, so vulnerable. Jessica George did an amazing job, and I can't wait to read more of her books. So that's all I got for today. I'll see you guys later. If you want to hear more book reviews, then subscribe and like. I will just continue posting anyway. So